Welcome back. We're currently doing a bit of an investigation down here in downtown, because there's a scuffle gonna happen soon. A showdown. It'll be a bloodbath, it was said. It's all to do with something that happened 5 nights ago. A person was attacked in an alleyway by what appears to be a nail bat, which is what the Vipers would be using. But there's gotta be more to it. It's a Falcom game. Lloyd, right? You're a pretty interesting guy. Feel free to drop by and feed me some interesting information every once in a while. I don't mind waiting as long as it's worth it. Feed me some interesting information, will you? I don't mind waiting a little while as long as it's worth it. Oh my. We are waiting for the hospital to notify us of his condition. You should leave immediately if you've finished saying your piece. But I want to play a game of pool. It may not seem like it, but we don't act on our own. Azel was returning home from the Azel. It's that sort of thing. I just want to keep these things in my head. Azel was returning home for the first time in a while on that day. When we found Azel, he was already collapsed on the ground, covered in cuts and bruises. This was definitely the work of a nail bat those brutes are so fond of. Damn it. I see. Thanks for taking the time to give us information. I only talked to you because Wazzy asked me to. Don't get so full of yourselves, you incompetent cops. Sam got beaten up pretty badly. He was covered in cuts and bruises. Looked like the work of those nailbats the Vipers are so fond of. Those scumbags. There's 2 possibilities in my head at the moment. Either it is the Vipers that did it, or it's someone trying to cause... It was already mentioned previously about the idea of cutting funding and stuff like that in regards to the police. So maybe someone is trying to cause this place to turn to a bloodbath so they can cut even more funding in some regards. Lower the house prices, buy it up, sort of thing, maybe? Better listen well. Trinity is Wazzy's holy ground. You'll pay the price if you do anything to hinder him. Got a desire to cooperate with you dogs. How about you make your exit? Alright. Azel's the one that got ambushed. We're going to take revenge for our comrade. Wazzy forbade us from acting of our own accord. Don't even think about stopping us. I mean, yeah, that's where my mind's thinking at the moment. See how accurate it does become, though. Alright, Viper's up next. Anything down here? There's a lot of noise coming from the next street over. What in Adios' name is going on over there? That's the start of something, is the best way of putting it. It's the start of something. You're those cops. And those clothes. Is this place supposed to be the Saber Viper's home base? Ignis. I believe this was once a warehouse that is now remodeled into a venue. They do not pay taxes, so I am unaware of the specifics. Don't just ignore me. I may be a rookie, but I am a proud member of the Vipers all the same. Oh, sorry about that. We were hoping to have a discussion with your boss. Do you think you could let us in? You want to see Wald? There's no way a bunch of dogs could ever dream of meeting him. But no means no. Get the hell out of here. This might end up being a bit of a problem. Gotta admit, for a delinquent, he's a cute, bright-eyed kid. Hey there. May I have your name, please? Me? I'm Dino. So you're Dino, I see. You're tasked with keeping watch in case any suspicious individuals try to enter, right? That's right. Wald personally assigned this job to me. I can't have any of those Testament jerks breaking in here. I definitely wasn't forced into this post by the other members. That makes sense. It's a very important job. But we aren't members of the Testaments. There shouldn't be any problems for you to let us in, correct? But I saw you messing with the rest of our guys just now. If I let you in, yes, we may have engaged in combat with them, but A spa that small is basically a greeting to your men, right? Besides, your boss has already long moved on from the issue. But, you still aren't willing to trust us, then... Alright. What? What are you doing, Elie? What is the meaning of this? Here, take it. You can hold on to my pistol while we go inside. This is incredibly precious to me. I hope you'll take good care of it until I return. Fine. You can stop already. You don't have to take it this far. I'll go and ask Wald if you can enter. But not sneak in while I'm gone. Quick, sneak in. Damn, that was a ballsy move. I was utterly frightened for a moment. And that was impressive, Elie. Don't think I'd be able to pull off a negotiation like that. I'm quite familiar with these situations, so feel free to rely on me. Don't think that approach would work on someone like Wald, though. You'd be better off speaking to him in a similar manner as you did with Waze. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Wald gave the okay for you to enter. I'll let you in, but if I catch you trying to pull any funny business, you're finished. Thank you. If you'll excuse us, then. Alright. Wald gave the okay for you to enter. I'll let you in, but if I catch you trying to pull any funny business, you're finished. Fair enough. And the other place is much better. Not exactly what I was expecting. It's too noisy. You're right. They turned it into a music venue. Damn, they actually transformed this dusty old building into a hangout spot? I'm impressed. I was waiting for you to show up. You sure got some stones if you think you could just walk in here. Can't believe you guys actually showed up. You got a death wish or something? Looks like those blue bastards told you most of the details already. What are you here for then? Gonna arrest me? Not at all. We were hoping to ask you for your cooperation in our investigation. If you don't mind, why exactly do you want to destroy the Testaments? We've heard their side of the story, so we'd like to hear yours now. Huh? Why? Is the Testament's statement not sufficient enough to explain their feud? No, it's not. The truth can easily change depending on who you talk to and what they claim they saw. The actual truth can only be brought to light once everyone's account has been thoroughly cross-examined and scrutinized. Even then, you might not find the truth. Doing so is one of my duties as a detective. Well, when you put it like that, it makes sense. So essentially, you need to analyze the case from various angles, correct? Huh. You're a weirdo, that's for sure. It'd make things a hell of a lot easier to just assume we're the baddies. What are you saying, Wald? Listen up, you punk-ass detective. Even if I did have the info you're looking for, and was willing to give it up, what's in it for me? Well, guessing you won't be satisfied with just learning the truth? Hell no, I won't. See, I'm the kind of guy who lives off of wrecking stuff and causing uproars. How about this? If you can cool down my bloodlust right here, right now, I'll spill the beans. Are you out of your mind? Figures. Let's have ourselves a little brawl. My gang versus yours. Kick our asses and you'll get all the info you need. Not a bad deal, right? We aren't going to fight you, Wald. Self-defense is a different story, but willingly participating in meaningless fights is out of the question. No need to be such a killjoy, kid. You're not afraid of getting pummeled. How about you just leave the two ladies here instead? You're pushing your luck. For real, boss? I don't know, isn't that kind of scummy? Shut up, you morons. What's the big deal? Just leave him with us for the next 2 hours while the two of you go on a little walk? Do it and I'll tell you everything. Sound good? Actually, I have a better idea. Me and you, Wald. There shouldn't be anything wrong with a friendly scrimmage? Okay. If I win, you tell me everything you know about the case. Is that good enough for you? Wait, Lloyd. Is that really a good idea? Damn, dude. A reckless idea, I must say. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Red over there looks like you'd stand a chance, but you? You look like a twig compared to me. As I said, I'm a detective. I've been through some pretty intense training. I doubt I'll lose to some two-bit street delinquent like you. Alright, no need to attack the drum. Didn't think there'd be another guy stupid enough to challenge me to a fight. Sure, kid. I'll accept your fight. I'm Wald Wales, the Demon Smasher, and leader of the Saber Vipers. If you think you can take me down, then show me what you can do. Said got, but, you know. Okay, I want to try and get my CP up to 200 then at least. So, let's see about what we got on support. I'll go Forte, because my CP should come around quite soon, so... Let's just go for an attack. Nice on the counter, thank you. Let's go for attack and then boom. So we've still got that strength. That lined up nicely with the music, didn't it? There's a big chunk of health gone off him, lovely already. If I only had like Zeram powders or something, I'd be dead. Ooh, that is working nicely for me there on the crits. I've got nothing to scan him with, have I? I suppose I could slow him down, but I'm feeling... I don't really need to. 186. Moving down isn't enough to hinder me. See if I can get him now. Oh, it's risky. Because if he hits me, probably dead, but... Overkill. Fair enough. That was simple enough. There we go. No way. He won? Damn, dude, way to go. How about that? Looks like you ain't all talk after all. Wasn't expecting you to be able to keep me busy like that. Wald, are you okay? Damn you! You'll pay for that? Shut up, you dumbass. You sound like an idiot. This guy's a real monster. Either way, not bad for a warm-up round. For a second there, I considered going all out, but my showdown with that pretty boy is almost here. So I'll let you off the hook this time. How thoughtful of you. So mind filling us in on the details of that incident now? Sure, whatever. It all happened 5 nights ago. One of my boys was ambushed by one of those blue bastards. Happened not too far away from Ignis, too. Wait. What? What happened afterwards? Well, those cowards claimed that one of their own was attacked the same way. Of course, that's just something they pulled out of their asses. Us Seb Vipers will like to throw down. We fight like men. You really think we'd bitch out and jump somebody in the dark? How badly was your guy hurt? Beaten till his bones started to fracture. He's in the hospital now. Said it'll be a month or so till he's fully recovered. Unlike the blue bastard, he didn't pass out right after the pommeling started. He took a hell of a worse beating than him, that's for sure. I see. You guys definitely sure the testaments are the perps? You said he didn't pass out immediately, right? Can't he give us his statement? Hold on a sec. Did he even see the attackers at all? Guess not. But it was definitely those blue bastards, I'd bet my life on it. Again, it feels like there's a third faction playing you. After all, he was sniped by one of their rocks. Rocks? A rock? Are you referring to the stones they launched with their slingshots? Damn right I am. Their shot knocked the wind out of him, so the cowards took the chance to rush in and kick his ass. He hung on for a bit, but not for long. Isn't it obvious who's the culprit now? That's all I got to tell you. Said it before and I'll say it again. Couldn't care less about the little details. Well, this is a good translation in my books, because they said I couldn't care less rather than I could care less. Well done, Geofront. Well done. I'm going to put an end to him and his blue bastards. Nothing else matters at this point. Want to interfere? Be my guest. Just know that in the end, I'm going to crush every single one of them. You made your point, Wald. Anyway, thanks for your cooperation. I'm sure your statement will be key in solving this case. We'll contact you if we discover any new leads, okay? Knock yourselves out, kid. Alright, let's investigate with the rounds here. The only guys dumb enough to take us on around here are the testaments. Not like I give a damn, though. They're gonna bite the dust soon enough. Get off your high horses, you punks. We can always turn you into our punching bags if you step out of line. Alright, I'm gonna crush those hooded testament jerkwads. They do anything cowardly. Don't let our little chat go to your heads, you dogs. Alright. I don't like talking to a bunch of dogs. Thought you're a bunch of incompetent pops anyway. A scram. Don't like talking to a bunch of dogs. Alright. Check everyone else before Wald. Hey there, buds. Why do you look like somebody just killed your parents? You damn what Wald says? Trust me, badasses like us aren't cowardly enough to ambush somebody in the dark. It's obviously those blue bastards. Blue bastards, obviously the culprits. Nothing but a bunch of maggots. Come on. I don't care what you say. The testaments are behind this, and that's that. If Wald would just give us the orders, we'd bring them all into a world of hurt. Care what they say, the testament's behind this, and that's that. Alright, Wald. Question is, where did that drum go that he hit? Just gotta scratch that itch to rampage, you know? I don't give a damn about how your dumb investigation turns out. Not much longer till it starts raining blood around these parts, so you better strap yourselves in. Oh yeah. Hey ladies, how long are you planning to stick around the downtown district? If you like hanging around the area so much, then you'd better be prepared to deal with any thugs that come your way. What a heavy-handed statement. I guess that's his own special way of warning us? I am quite confused. Members of both groups were assaulted. It is possible that they were being untruthful? Did not suspect they were lying, though. Is something the matter? Or did you take some damage from that fight? Huh? Oh, no, that's not it. I'm fine. He was going easy on me. I was thinking that something doesn't add up. How so? Well, 5 nights ago, members from both groups were assaulted at the same time, but in different locations. Even if they had coincidentally attacked each other simultaneously. This many people involved, how likely would it be for them to be oblivious of each other's movements? Oh. No kidding. Neither of them are pros at covert operations, so chances of that are slim as hell. What if one group was ambushed and then retaliated in kind? That wouldn't explain it either. They would have taken precautionary measures to avoid facing retaliation from the enemy. Not to mention both sides had supposedly been ambushed. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah. There's definitely something going on behind the scenes. Still missing the most critical piece of the puzzle. Looks like you guys could use a hand. Hello. Aren't you the reporter from the Crossbell Times? Howdy, everyone. We meet again. Cha-ching, just scored myself a money shot. This is an infringement on our right to privacy. I can't help it. Take pictures for as long as I have, and your camera develops a mind of its own. Who knows, maybe I'll feature you in my next article. You guys should take what you can get. I don't think it works that way. Do you intend to make a mockery of us again? What can I say? You guys seem to be a hit with the readers. More importantly, I see you managed to drag some juicy information out of these hoodlums. I've actually been conducting a little investigation of my own. So how about it? Care to share the goods with your friend here? I'll take you out for a nice meal in return, as thanks for all the lovely reference material you've been giving me. My treat. No? Makes you think we'd be willing to share classified information with a civilian, let alone someone working for the media. Oh, phooey. Don't sweat the details. Here I was, thinking that I could treat everyone to some great Eastern cuisine, and offer you the critical piece of the puzzle for desserts. What's that supposed to mean? So that's what you're playing at. Trying to reel us in with the old give and take. Bingo! I'll be at Longlow Tavern and Inn, near the East Street exit. And don't be shy now. I'll head there first, and drink all by my lonesome until you arrive. Come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Grace Lynn, a reporter for the Crossbell Times. Think of me as a older sister you never had. Grace Lynn, a reporter from the Crossbell Times. Her offer sounds shady, but damn, it's one fine carrot dangling from her stick. Might be worth seeing what her deal is. Yeah. I'd like to hear what information she has to offer, but I'm not interested in her bribery attempt. Can't rely on headquarters to assist us, so we should take any help we can get for the investigation. Indeed, I'd imagine her curiosity as a reporter has led her to research the matter extensively. We'd best be careful not to let any sensitive information slip from our mouths. I agree. She gave off the impression that she was ready to pounce the moment any of us slipped. Ouch, talk about a harsh assessment. How dare you do that to Wald? Get out of here already. There's no way I'll trust you now. Man, this kid never lets up. Yeah, he probably shattered his worldview after matching up to his role model. I knew you'd come crawling to me. Don't be shy now, have a seat. I'll treat you all to a nice dinner, but there's only 3 more seats at the table. Well, that's awfully kind of you, but I have to respectfully decline the dinner. How about we stick to exchanging information? Boo, you're no fun. Or are you trying to make a statement that you're impervious to bribes, unlike the upper echelons of the CPD? What exactly are you implying here? Hey man, speak for yourself. I'll gladly scope out that free meal, Mum. I would also accept, so long as you aren't scheming to make us owe you. It's probably okay. Don't see the harm in sharing a casual meal together. You too, Elie. You're the only one worried about some kind of moral conflict, Lloyd. How are you going to become a pro-detective if you act like such a prude all the time? Alright, I get it already. But I'm forbidding you all from drinking. As long as you abide by this one rule, we'll accept your offer. An extra seat, there we go. Where did that stool come from, though? This is delectable. The chef here is highly skilled. The food is most satisfying. Though it's kind of hard to savor something this tasty without a good drink. Come on, Lloyd, don't be such a hard ass. One sip ain't gonna kill me, you know. Absolutely not. You know we're still technically on duty, right? We have to keep our wits about us at all times. Yeah, whatever. Our leader's as stubborn as a damn mule. On the contrary, Randy, are you not the one who is far too nonchalant? I'm going to have to agree with them. Drinking on the job is highly inappropriate. Oh, you guys are so entertaining. Your personalities are wildly different, yet you fit together perfectly. Almost like a jigsaw puzzle. Heck, you're basically a well-oiled machine now. Flattery will get you nothing. So how about we get back to the topic at hand? We've told you everything we know about the incident that occurred in the downtown district. I seem to recall you mentioned that you had the missing piece of the puzzle earlier. Isn't it about time you filled us in on it? And what if I told you that I don't wanna? Good luck ever getting us to trust you again. Not only that, it'd be the last time we'd talk. Ever. Oh, calm down, I was just messing with you. Though I gotta say, you can be pretty charming when you're serious. It's a nice contrast to your boyish looks. I hate to admit it, but you've caught my attention. Okay guys, how about we get back to work? Yes, that sounds fine by me. I appreciate the meal. Whoa, hold your horses, people. I'll cut the crap and get straight to the details, okay? Where do I begin? Okay. Have you guys ever heard of a group named Ravage? Ravage? Is that right? Someone let me know. Oh, that name again. Guys, what's with all the blank look on your faces? Ravage & Co. I believe there is a business in Crossbell registered under that name. That's all they appear to be on a quick service level examination. The truth of the matter is that they're actually Crossbell's mafia. They've been controlling our dark underworld for a long time. By mafia, do you mean that they are a criminal organization? Makes sense. Definitely heard rumors about there being a mafia in Crossbell. I'm guessing you two are already informed of their existence, eh? Yeah, it's pretty hard to be in the dark about them if you're Crossbellin. Their organization has a vast network of connections with important people. I've heard that they've got strong ties deep within the government, so the police can't take any actions against them. Interesting. The underbelly of society is pretty much identical no matter where you go, eh? So why the mention of Ravage? Are they involved with the incident? Oh, you betcha. Ravage's members have been engaged in some rather shady businesses lately. They've been working their behinds off, almost as if they're anxious to complete some kind of plan. So anyway, being the investigative guru I am, I decided to spend some time sinking my teeth into this potentially juicy scoop. So, you'd say that the mafia is working harder than usual. It certainly sounds ominous. I have a terrible feeling about this. Is that why you decided to visit the downtown district then? What? Bingo, my friend. About 2 weeks ago, one of my sources provided me with some intel on members of the mafia snooping around downtown. They were dressed like civilians, probably to try and conceal their identities. Doesn't that smell awfully fishy to you? Yeah, it definitely stinks. Agreed. Something feels out of place. It's unlikely that each gang would simultaneously and independently choose to attack one another. Ravage orchestrating things from the shadows would explain how that happened. I'm confused about something though. For what reason does a criminal organization require delinquent groups to antagonize each other? Right. That's the million-mirror question. It makes sense if they already harbored a grudge against one another. Uh-huh. And as far as I know, they don't have a rocky relationship, and I've never heard of any serious conflicts between them. Quite frankly, all three groups are savages. Those mafia dudes are way more threatening than the others, though. The weird part is, Ravash doesn't have any conflicts of interest with the other two groups. I don't see the need for them to be fighting. What if one of them formed an alliance with the mafia to off their rival group once and for all? Going by this assumption, then it's not exactly surprising that the culprits would play the role of the victim. You bring up a good point. But did they really need to take it that far? Yeah. Get the impression that Wazzy and Wald were on bad terms with each other. If anything, I felt like they held each other in high regard. Wowza, Lloyd. That was an astute observation. What I've gathered, Wazzy and Wald are rivals, but they hold a mutual respect for one another. So at first, Wald and the Saber Vipers were the only gang in the downtown district. However, that all changed 2 years ago. Wazzy showed up out of nowhere and established the Testaments. And we all know how Wald is. So he obviously went to go put Wazzy in his place, but Wazzy took him down. Yepers, he sure did. Despite his charming looks and small frame, Wazzy's a skilled martial artist. I'd heard he managed to take Wald by surprise with his lightning-quick moves and pinned him to the ground. Wow. I was not expecting that. Cute little dude's freakishly strong? Color me surprised. No kidding. But I don't think Wald's a pushover either. He was a little too careless that one time. They fought a number of times since. But they're at a stalemate, supposedly. I think that's precisely why they respect each other, though. That makes perfect sense. See why they consider each other rivals. Suppose that rules out any likelihood that either of them formed an alliance with the Mafia to crush each other. Agreed. They're both worshipped by their respective gangs. But I doubt their subordinates were acting independently. This can really only mean one thing. Whoopsies. I may have divulged a little more information than I should have. Huh? How do you mean? Anyway, I've got other interviews to conduct, so I'm going to take off. Kick some butt with the investigation so I can write me a good story later. Toodles. I want them to be like, wait, interview? She sure has an interesting way of handling things. But regardless, we were able to obtain some highly valuable information, thanks to her. Yeah. Knowing that the Mafia is likely involved with this mess is a huge leap forward in our investigation. Now the real question is, why did the Mafia get themselves involved with their affairs? This is going to be a tough one to figure out, with the limited evidence we have right now. The police database does not appear to have any relevant information either. I believe it is locked behind multiple levels of authorization. So it's classified info then. Makes sense, considering whose pockets the Mafia has their hands in. Alright, let's head back to the SSS and see what Chief Sergei has to say about everything. As much as I'd love for us to solve this case, the situation is starting to become larger than we can handle. You're right. Yeah, let's head back to see what the old man has to say for himself. Now, I was informed that I would have to need some kind of guide in order to ensure that I maximize my DP because it would be important later. So I do have a spoiler-free one, so I have no idea what's coming in terms of story, but I do know I was meant to return back to the Vipers and speak to Huey. I'm so goddamn mad, I knew we should have taken him out while we had the chance. Back when we were loading Koki into the ambulance, we ran into a bunch of blue bastards too. They were crying out about how one of their guys was knocked out too, so the ambulance took him along with Koki. So they were taken at the same time. Not one hell of a coincidence. Well, does it matter to you? He took care of Koki through the night, and then called an ambulance in the morning. I suppose the Testaments were essentially in the same situation. Makes it sound like you fought each other. In that case, wouldn't you have known that the Testaments got hurt too? They even claimed that his wounds were the result of your signature nail bats. That's pretty obviously one of their dirty tricks. They ain't afraid to get down and dirty. Those brainiacs are always trying to make us look bad. Son of a bitch. I know he decided to retreat, but we should have totally beat the hell out of him right there. And another aspect is there is actually a secret quest here, at this point, in the Bracer Guild. Excuse me, Michael. We came back like you asked us to. So what did you want to show us? I've been waiting for you. How cute of you to come running like a couple of puppies when I call for you. Well, if I recall correctly, you mentioned you had some kind of plan to measure our competency, right? You sure did recall correctly. You're feeling up to the challenge. Do you want to try taking a little test? A test? What kind of test, if you don't mind us asking? Oh, nothing too complicated. I'll pick out 10 questions at random from our test bank we use in the written portion of the Bracer exam. That way, I'll be able to know if you are at least as knowledgeable as a junior Bracer if you manage to get all 10 of them right. However, if you were to fail, there will be no place for us to operate in Crossbell, where some of the greatest Bracers are gathered. Am I correct? Man, talk about putting on the pressure. Oh, well, that's just dandy, ain't it? You're gonna think we're a bunch of dumbasses if we screw this up. Oh, pshaw, not at all. Not really interested in degrading you, it's not my style. Here's a tip for you. You can study the contents of the exam over at the public library in the administrative district. Simply put, I'm tested and see if you'll actually be worth your salt when it comes to helping out the average Crossbellan. So anyway, you guys up for the challenge? Go on then. Sure, we'll give it a shot. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yo, Lloyd. You sure about this? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, honestly. I had to take similar exams back at the academy. Besides, it's almost like I'm running away if I back out of it now. It just doesn't feel right. I understand what you mean, and I agree. Likewise. I get where you're coming from. Screw it, let's do this. I like that feisty attitude. By the way, Lloyd, I get the impression that you're the leader of the group in a way. Want to take a crack at answering these questions on behalf of everyone else? Yeah, fine by me. Oh, I love that look in your eyes. It's giving me the willies. Okay, boys, let's get this party started. Mikhail's test started. Bracer Guild Receptionist Mikhail's test. Bracer General Education Examination. And now, the first question. This will be a cute freebie to get you warmed up. As we all know, the Orbital Revolution brought forth the technological advancements of orbits to our continent. Question is, how many years ago did it occur? Approximately 50 years ago. I'm pretty sure it happened about 50 years ago, right? Bingo! Right you are, my friend. Don't let it get you ahead, though. Remember, it was just a freebie. It's crazy to think about how much orbital technology has advanced in the last few decades. It is. It is. Back when I was a little kid, I'd never imagined riding in something as fancy as an orbital car. Seemed like something straight out of some fairy tale. Yeah, that's one hurdle down. Anyway, on to our next question. Question numero 2. The driving force behind the Orbital Revolution was all thanks to one man's prototype orbment. This one's another gimme. But who is the creator of said orbment? Epstein. I know this one is Professor C. Epstein. Huzzah, you got the right answer. Did you guys know that people were skeptical of his invention at first? Probably thought it was some kind of sorcery at the time. Once people began to realize just how gosh darn convenient they are, they quickly became an integral part of our daily lives. The Epstein Foundation has made great efforts towards the research and adoption of orbital technology. That much is common knowledge. In fact, the orbital staff I use for combat testing is also for research purposes by the Foundation. Oh yeah, Tio totally mentioned that she's employed by the Epstein Foundation. That was a close call. She probably would have had given me an earful if I screwed that one up. Enough chit-chat, next question. We all know that the quartz are the key component to any orbital device, right? And to synthesize quartz, you need sepith. And when I talk about sepith, what specific form of septium am I referring to? Fragments. I believe they're septium fragments. Oh, heck yeah. You got that right, buddy boy. Septium fragments are refined into quartz, which we then use in our orbital devices. Monsters are inherently attracted to septium, so they often end up munching on sepith. Defeating critters is an easy way to obtain sepith, so keep that in your back pocket. It's just that question of like, do humans eat sepith as well? Because sometimes they drop loads. Can't just be in their pockets. So far so good. I mean, what are you gonna do? Carry around like 6,000 fire sepith? Like that would happen. So far so good. These questions are all common sense. It's time to prepare for question 4. Our fave pal, the Erebonian Empire, lies to the west. Its important and overwhelming existence can be felt by all of us Crossbellans. Imagine you've probably seen their emblem before. Can you recall what the symbol of Erebonian is? Stallion. That was mentioned in the... Are these just the questions that were coming up in Campy's game? I believe it was the Golden Stallion, right? Nay, is what I'd say if you were wrong, but you were right. It's no secret that the pride of the Erebonian Empire lies in its unmatched military prowess. The Golden Stallion's a symbol of that. There was once an order of knights in the Empire known as the Eisenritter. They were known for employing cavalry, so that may be why the Empire adopted the Golden Stallion as its emblem. Nice. Managed to maneuver my way through that. We're almost halfway there. 6 more questions to go. A nation known as the Calvard Republic sits directly to the east of Crossbell, diametrically opposing the Erebonian Empire. It's no exaggeration to state that Crossbell's entire existence is reliant on the long-term struggle for power between Erebonia and Calvard. With that being said, you know the name of the primary manufacturer of orbital and heavy weaponry for the Republic? The Verne Company. Oh, this one's easy. It's the Verne Company. Looks to me like you had Verne in your vernacular. The Calvardian Verne Company and the Erebonian Reinford Company are famed as the 2 largest manufacturers of orbital weaponry. However, it is a disservice to only attribute their contributions to weaponry. They're also responsible for the development of vehicles, appliances, and plenty of other nifty items. Phew, another one down. I started rambling for a bit, but I'm glad I got it right. Looks like we've made it a little past the halfway point now. You are giving a valiant effort. Nice job, leader. If you keep this up, I'm sure you'll have no problems plowing through the rest of it. I'm thoroughly impressed, Lloyd. I wasn't expecting this from you. Come on, guys. Aren't you laying on the compliments a bit too thick there? The questions were all fairly basic, weren't they? And regardless of how you're doing, you've still got 5 questions left, buckaroo. You've had enough time to warm up. It's time I up the ante. I hope you're ready. I am. Shall we begin? It's time for the 6th question. A catastrophic event known as the Great Collapse befell our continent a long time ago. The disaster resulted in the complete loss of civilization and fractured people into different factions that waged war on one another for many centuries to follow. This period, known now as the Dark Ages, was eventually ended by one such faction that arose triumphant. They organized themselves to bring about order and justice to Zemuria, allowing for the rebuilding of society to begin. You probably know who I'm talking about, right? Of course, the Bracer Guild. It was the Septian Church, wasn't it? Oh, thank Adios, you're correct. Around year 500 of the Septian calendar, the Septian Church emerged to spread the teachings of the sky goddess Adios. Their intent was to provide aid to those in need. The church's influence grew powerful enough to establish themselves across Zemuria, so the nobles who ruled during the Dark Ages could no longer ignore them. The effects of Adios and her teachings can still be felt firmly across the continent to this day, as they are deeply rooted in our society. Is that sense of like, at this point, again, need more information, etc. as we carry on? that itself could be a lie. Adios may not be a thing. Also, I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, the bookshelves on the left, they don't have a panel on the right-hand side. You can see the shelves through them. How strange. Again, it's probably because camera angles, you wouldn't normally see it from that point of view, so. Oh, that went well. Anyway, on to looking in number 7. The headquarters of the Deception Church is located in a city-state known as the Holy City of Arteria. The Holy City of Arteria is made up of various administrative organizations that handle specific tasks, giving it a state-like structure. Among these organizations is one that handles the church's ceremonial rituals. You happen to know which organization I'm referring to? Well, obviously it's the Congregation for Divine Worship. Because that's the crossroad. Is it the Congregation for Divine Worship? Bingo, good job. That was one tough cookie. Most priests found within chapels and cathedrals across the continent are employed by this organization. It's actually a cathedral located outside of the northern exit of the city that I offer the occasional prayer at. The archbishop in charge there is also from the Congregation for Divine Worship. Phew, that was really tough. Can you feel the burn? We're almost there. On to the 8th question. As we all know, the Brace Guild has branches all across the continent, but what I really want to know is, just where in the heck are the main headquarters located? Le Mans! It's in Le Mans State, obviously. You're Le Mans, cause right you are. You're Le Mans. Oh my god. Our headquarters can be found in Le Mans State alongside our biggest investor, the Epstein Foundation. Stop. In the event of a serious conflict, HQ can issue a direct order for all braces to mobilize. Huh. I see. Time for the 9th question. Ever heard of the infamous thief that lives in Erebonia? He's a bit of a strange one. He steals precious works of art, and then sends out calling cards and riddles on how to retrieve them. Also, his identity is hidden behind a mask. Apparently people laud him as some kind of hero. Sounds more like a sadist to me, though. Anyway, I got a little off track there. Do you know what name this fellow likes to go by? Your options there, is that really? I've actually heard of him before. Wasn't his name Fantafief B? Unbelievable. Ugh, you got it right. Looks like you've done your foreign affairs homework. His infamy transcends the confines of Erebonia. People across the continent have heard of his misdeeds. Nothing is safe from his grasp, either. He's stolen anything ranging from rare paintings in museums to a whole frigging tank. Rumor has it that he was recently running amok in Liberl. Who knows? Maybe you'll run into him sooner than you think. Is it you? Yeah, I've definitely heard rumors. I'd like to avoid him if possible, though. Is he the lamp? Could be the lamp. It's time for the 10th and final question. Erebonian and Calvard have been at each other's throats over the rightful ownership of Crossbell State for a while now. They've waged war against each other time and time again, causing grief and bloodshed for many innocent civilians. The situation became so severe that it was brought to the attention of Liberl's Queen Alicia. She proposed a treaty to end the conflict between the two nations. The treaty was signed 2 years ago by 3 nations, Liberl, Erebonia, and Calvard. If you're truly cross-Bellin, then the answer to this question should be a no-brainer, right? What was the name of the treaty signed by the 3 nations? The Non-Hindrance Pact. Referring to the Non-Aggression Pact. And non-aggressive it was. That one should have been a gimme. The treaty was drafted with the intention of diffusing conflicts between any of the 3 nations via diplomacy as opposed to war. Prior to the signing of the treaty, anxiety was at an all-time high in Crossbell State. Should have seen what it was like in Liberl. I'll spare you most of the details, but both nations' armored divisions thought it appropriate to hold simultaneous military exercises at our borders. One single misstep could have had catastrophic consequences. I'm sure it would have triggered a full-scale war between the 2 of them. And so Queen Alicia proposed this treaty as a means of preventing that from happening. We should be extremely grateful to Liberl for saving our hides. No way was I going to get that one wrong. Oh, it's finally over. I was having so much fun. Good job getting through that. Oh, thank Adios, it's finally over. Why don't we take a look at your score then? Gulp. Wowza, perfect score. Your knowledge is in line with our junior braces at least. Looks like you've got some serious potential in you after all. Oh, well, that's relieving to know. Thank you very much. I didn't think he'd compliment me straight up. Dude, I was clenching my cheeks the whole way through. Glad I can finally take a breather. I'm surprised Lloyd managed to answer questions outside of his area of expertise, too. I think I will ask him to assist me with filling in missing information for the database. You guys are embarrassing me. Anyway, I've got a cute little treat for the doggy who managed to bark out all the correct answers. I don't need it. Oh, wow, are you sure we can have this? Yep, I don't think you stood a snowball's chance in Gehenna of doing so well. So think of this as an apology for my ignorance. It's all yours now, sweetie. Take it. Well, if you say so, thanks a lot. This concludes our little game. You all better bust your backs making sure you don't drag us down, alright? Yes, sir, we'll do everything we can. Cool. Right, so that's us done for this part. In the next part, we'll head off back to HQ and speak to Sergey. We'll see them. Ta-ta for now.